For goodness sake, stop running around shouting, "I want my human rights." Nobody can remove your rights from you. You are granting them away by consenting to put them all behind a legal fiction that does not belong to you. I'm Minister Emma Venn of Universal Law Community Trust, and I've been asked to make this speech to counter all of those so-called prolific speakers that are getting you to congregate in places like London and elsewhere in the world to listen to them banging on about the problem that we're all aware of. Not one of them has got the ability to be able to disclose this information to you due to their compromised position, which has them there on this stage, and which is why my message is coming to you in this form. There is something called universal law, and it supersedes every single man-made definition of administrative code, acts, statutes, and legal systems. Adding to the law, which is to do no harm, is called administrative law. It is administrative code, it is not law, and it requires an act of fraud on your part in order for it to initiate. How does that happen? You think that that legal name that you've been using all your life is yours. It is not. It is a private corporation, a copyrighted logo belonging to Crown Corporation and all other incorporated states belonging to the Vatican. When you use that legal fiction that you think is yours, you are assigning all of your shares of the planet and its resources into a private corporation and giving up your rights to then buy them back as a privilege. Now, as you look around you, you will see that all of those police officers standing around you there are not there as your common law constables, for example. They're not there to uphold the law. They're actually there to protect the so-called assets belonging to these private corporations, namely you. By you using that legal fiction, you are agreeing and consenting to become a thing, chattel, dead, lost at sea, under the Sesquitovi Act of 1666, where if you haven't been evidenced as being alive for the first 7 years or subsequent 7 years of your life, you are presumed to be dead, lost at sea. And every time you use that name, you are actually consenting to be a corporation. Corporation is corpse orating, a dead thing speaking. And what you're doing is you're giving away your rights to buy them back at a later date as a privilege. So for goodness sake, stop running around shouting, "I want my human rights." Nobody can remove your rights from you. You are granting them away by consenting to put them all behind a legal fiction that does not belong to you. So after watching all of those people standing on that stage in the last few weeks and speaking to you all about the problem, not one of them has offered you a valid solution. Universal Law Community Trust has been granting this solution free of charge to anybody who wishes to exercise their universal rights and become unalienable. A charge, a lien, cannot be attached to you. There is no need for any mask. You are Minister Emma Venn. You are ministering your energy and matter in movement. And what you're doing is you are granting away your universal rights to a private corporation to do whatever it is that they like in your name. You are crediting a system of terrorism, and you are consenting to be subject to acts and statutes which are only applicable to dead things. Now, the solution to this is first very simply stop doing that. You put your name under non-disclosure because you are not given a license to use it. Have any of you got a license to use a legal fiction that isn't yours? If you were to open a shop today and call it Nike or Adidas or McDonald's, would you not be guilty of copyright theft and intellectual property infringement? It's as simple as that, people.